So my name is Maggie Orth, and I live in Seattle, Washington, and I have a small business there and a studio. And I make electronic textiles, art and technology and design. And I'll just talk briefly today about kind of real quick overview of different parts of my practice over the years. My early work, which was more in wearables, my work at International Fashion Machines, which is my company, my electronic textile art, and now some work I'm doing in public art. So I'm just going to use my artist website to just do a couple of really early projects from the Media Lab. So I was very fortunate to be at the lab at a time when people really were just starting to make things. And it was a really great and wonderful time. And I had a great advisor, Todd Mackover, who gave me a lot of room to do what I wanted to do. And so I started working on a project there where I had to put sensors into musical instruments, and it was a very inconvenient and unartistic process. I should say, I'm trained as an artist from Rhode Island School of Design. I did sculpture, painting, and all different kinds of things. So I started working with textiles, and some of my early wearable projects include the musical jacket, which has an embroidered capacitive keypad and a little MIDI synthesizer in it. We made 25 of these. That multiples were sort of a theme of the projects that I worked on. The firefly dress and necklace. Let's see if I have the video here. So this was a really fun piece. This is Emily Cooper, who was actually my UROP and is now a nanoscientist with a PhD from MIT. And this was a terrific project. The necklace actually changes color. It has multicolor LEDs and different amounts of current that flow into it and control the color of the LEDs from the tassels. So when I left the lab, I wanted to see, I went there automatically. I wanted to see what I could do with electronic textiles that was beyond just making a one-off or a demonstration. So I was interested in it as an artistic medium and a design medium and a new form of technology, and could it be commercialized? So my company, I probably had every business model that you could possibly imagine during my 4 years running International Fashion Machines. I did SBIR grants, I did consulting for fashion companies, I did research and development for private industry, and I also developed my own design products. So I'll show you some of the products that I made when I emerged. This is actually the Electro Puff dimmer for kids. It's a giant pom-pom, and it's a lamp dimmer. My products, for better or for worse, I took the track of trying to work with existing electronics to pair with my textiles. I capitalized myself, so I'm bootstrapped. So it's, and the kind of business that I have wouldn't be a high investment model anyway. So this is with a commercial lighting dimmer. That's my daughter, Dorothea, by the way, who's the model. And I also made a kit. You can buy an Electropuff lamp kit online, so you can make your own Electropuff lamp dimmer.
Could you explain like what is in the big puff and stuff a little bit?
Oh, it's actually, the puff is, God, it's a nylon 66 700 denier yarn, which actually is a pain in the ass to find in small quantities. And then it has, in this particular case, it has a metallized nylon in it. Most of you know this stuff that's in the socks.
Okay, so it's like a,
yeah, there's different names for it. Shield X.
Right?
No, it's metallized. It's silver-plated nylon in this particular case, and it's only in the dot. It's not in the entire pom-pom.
And so then when you touch the dot, that
right. And it's actually then I have another yarn that I use that you can order the kit, and that you use to tie the pom-pom together that connects it all electrically, which is really cool, to tell you the truth. That's a really beautiful thing. And And that yarn is a stainless steel core with a braided stainless steel and polyester exterior. Then the other thing that I worked on, and I also worked on like a large project for the North Face, which was very interesting. So a lot of the way that I was able to develop my products was to actually do essentially consulting or joint intellectual property development with larger companies. And that was sort of going on simultaneously.
And when did you start your company, Maggie?
God, I can't remember. 2002? Is that 2002? I think that's the year I finished.
with me.
I can't even remember which year I got my PhD. I'm not sure. It was between 2001 and 2003. So I think it was 2002. It was 2002. This is the pom-pom wall dimmer. This is artistically and from a design point of view, this is sort of a little jab at the idea of form and function. I was really interested in the idea of decorative elements being, I feel like the decorative has been really put in a low space of status because it's been associated with the female in art. So I was interested in playing on what is functional and what is decorative. And so I've always thought that the idea of a patented decorative electronic pom-pom is very witty. I'm not sure that people always see that, but that's part of what I really enjoyed in making this piece, these pom-poms. And then we also developed other light switches. These are also the capacitive wall switches, and I should tell you, they work with commercial dimmers. So I don't build the dimmers. I buy them from Leviton or from China, and then you get the dimmer, and then the cover goes over it, and it's attached with a piece of sticky tape. You can peel the back off and stick it on. And then these are also UL listed. So they were also the first e-textile UL listed product. And these,
You didn't bring any samples, did you?
I didn't bring any samples, Leah. I'm sorry. I was in New York. I had to travel in one travel bag.
What does UL listed mean?
UL is the company that Underwriters Laboratories that lists electronic products and devices, especially for the home. So it's a safety rating that you have to have. Now, you don't have to have it for all products. Not everything is required to have a UL listing, but to have an architect or an electrician install an electrical product, it needs to be UL listed.
Interesting things that you do that.
And so then I have a little sample dimmer board here and my pedal pushers, which is more of my artwork, and I'll show you that.